Well, hello. It's Friday. Welcome to the Barn Burner. Got Warner, Ryan Pinder, producer Jack, the traveling man, Dean Boomer.
God, he's on the go a lot, this guy.
He's a mover.
You know what?
He's a shaker.
I don't want to jump on him too much, but wasn't he the guy that really rolled his eyes when I said 4-day work week? Like, he emphasized that I was a complete asshat.
It was either that or the flying cars. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I've proven that works.
You're right.
And now he's living the 4-day work week. So I don't.
Good for him. I'm happy for him. And he'll be
happy for anyone.
Better man for Monday. Boy, the way you're talking about these 4-day work weeks, I think we should find 2-day work weeks in our near future.
I don't understand why Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday aren't just the staples of a good, hard working effort.
Yeah, and then if you get a long weekend, you just have two of those.
What I'm going to do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I'm going to give you 10 hours of my best. Damn it.
It's a lot of show. We just need like 2 hours a day. That's it.
Yeah, that would be too much.
Welcome to the program. It is brought to you by Bet365. Oh, the playoffs are done. The playoffs are we got Blue Jays. We got Gold Cup. We got NBA Finals, Game 7.
Game under 3 set. Cease. Set.
Siete. Yeah, there's always something going on in the world of sports. You can always find it. Huge range of markets. It's never ordinary at Bet365. You can join the program. Jump in the chat. And if you attach a monetary value to a comment, we'll make sure that dang comment gets on the show. It all goes and supports the youth centers of Calgary. Safe place for kids to go after school, a warm meal, maybe playing with friends, sports, book, whatever you want. Hang out after school, stay out of trouble. We're taking care of our youth, the future.
I wish we had that button.
Pew, pew. See you, buddies.
Pew, pew. Oh, the super
See
chat.
You Monday.
The super chat.
Being a button right now too. Got a great show for you. It is Friday, which is Hawaiian T-shirt day.
This is from Hawaii.
It's your new sign. How cool is this?
We're high end.
Oh, yeah. Jack, do you take all your winnings from because you dominated the pick'ems in NFL, and that's what you used the money on?
Yeah, I bought that sign for us.
Where are we at on the pizza? We got to get everyone up to speed. The Wolverines, big Oilers fan.
I got a new.
Jack bet him it would not go back to the Hippo Tank. The series would end in 6. He sent you the money.
Yes, he sent me the money. I'm prepared to buy the pizza. I gambled my way out of my debt.
Can I just
amazing.
Brilliant, by the way.
Kids at home,
kids.
Not easy. The great Smiggle, not easy to gamble your way out of a debt.
You gotta dial it up and be focused. Actually, sitting in bed yesterday, because we discussed pizzas and we wanted to stay local.
Yeah.
How is there not a fancy pizza joint in this neighborhood? I mean, they'd be out of business now because of the construction, but
yes,
if you could avoid that,
it's a great opportunity.
Feels like the kind of spot.
In the next 4 to 6 years when this construction's done, that will be the time to open a high end.
Yeah.
There are some good pizzas around.
But not just
we just do pizza and that's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
A lot of good food around here. I'll say that. You were saying we need a Marteloup support the
we
food.
Have to have a support the food party in Marteloup. Absolutely, I do.
There's all kinds of businesses here. You have there's like some divorce company over there, and there's these people here have bikes. But we're going to support the food.
I could also support.
That's how we can help. No, you don't. That's not a fun game. We all know people that have done that. The cut your pal in half game, not a good game.
It's yeah. I love when
some guys that have done it 3-4 times.
I love when guys come out of it and they're like, "This is the greatest thing. I'm so happy." 6 months. This is the worst. What was I thinking?
I'm a moron. Where's all my stuff? Half of it is missing.
Broken. Yes, but we should do the support. And you know what? Maybe because there's not a local pizza joint, we get breakfast.
I know that maybe more than the viewers do, and Jack does, about the soft spot you have in your heart for a breakfast sandwich.
I only have one issue with breakfast. I love any and all things about it, except the short 20-minute nap I need after said breakfast.
Yeah, on the old show, we'd always get a nice bump. It was like watching someone's insulin levels or whatever, and you'd eat and you'd be great. And then that last hour, you'd just sort of slump back in the chair.
Well, lucky for us, we can
ask him a question for me.
We can cut the show short whenever we feel. Jack, what's your favorite breakfast? Pancakes? Or you scrambler?
I like a little bit of everything. some scrambled eggs, toast, sourdough.
So you're like a big man's breakfast.
Yeah,
You
big
get-
man's breakfast.
Eat some eggs in
sausage,
there.
some
Eat some meat
eggs.
in there. Some hash or some
Yeah,
really nice
some hash,
breads.
little bit of
Sourdough,
fruit.
rye.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakfast is
Sourdough or
amazing.
rye?
I like those two.
I like
I like rye. Yeah.
You like sourdough?
The
I'm a
texture
huge
of sourdough.
sourdough guy.
Yeah.
Oh, but rye, just a little bite to it. If you're like Rhett and you've had a breakfast sandwich and you find yourself snoring at your job, we're not going to tell you to stop eating
And,
breakfast sandwiches. What we are going to say is you won't be heard snoring as much if you go to Outdoor Dental. See, because Dr. J has this Leia laser.
There you go.
And what they do is they zap the soft palate. 2 15-minute sessions, pain-free, little topical spray. You don't feel a thing. You're watching the TV on the roof. Maybe they're on the ceiling.
Don't
probably
start
playing-
snoring then.
No, they're probably playing Panthers highlights of them partying, singing Pink Pony Club. What it does is it reduces the flappy snore noise. So you can just close the door, say you're in a sales meeting, saw logs without the snoring. Love it. Dr. J, outdoor.dental, right down in not far from you, South Health Campus. There.
In my neck of the woods, and there's actually a real good pizza joint right down the
Yeah,
street
there's
from
one,
him,
sure.
actually. So
That's going to be one of your ideas because you're an idea guy.
I love ideas.
You should call it Marta Loop Local Construction Pizza. Something like that just ties it all together. Everyone can relate. Specialty pizzas.
Good point. That's a good point. You know what? Some of these bastard construction guys, we love you, but you should be spending some of that hard-earned dough on some of the local establishments.
Yeah, I
that
saw
should
some
be a
guy with
requirement. Why can't the city make
Yeah, he had a lunchbox. I'm like, that's not supporting.
now?
What are you doing with a lunchbox?
Walk by all these places, Chachi's, OJ's, all these places. Don't stop in. Buy something, you cheap pricks.
You know, the wonton places.
Oh, dumplings down the street.
Dumplings, yes. What is the difference between a wonton and a dumpling? Is one deep fried versus fried?
I think it's the fold. I think a wonton is more, or dumpling is more of the half moon shape.
And what's a pot sticker? Like, these all the same. Jack, help!
I gotta AI this shit.
Yeah. We'll get to some hockey. Jeff Merrick is going to join us from the Sheet. He's a busy boy today. I think he's doing Vancouver. Harrison Price do a great job out there. Their Abbotsford Canucks are rolling in the AHL final, so they got hockey to talk about. Here, we're all breathing the fresh, clean air of our nightmares not coming true. No more Connor McDavid riding a Triceratops with an assault weapon on Mars invading my house. Those nightmares are over. We're sleeping well. Do you have those too?
I never had that.
Give me your children. No? Okay. I don't know.
I was cruising the house looking for an intruder last night.
Really? A prowler? Did you find anyone?
She wasn't in there.
Okay. I was told by someone recently, they're like, yeah, this weird nightmare. And I threw it into Chat GPT or some AI thing. Don't ever do that. I was horrified and I might not sleep for another 2 nights. Don't do that, Jack. Don't do that. We'll talk a little bit about, we heard from the Edmonton Oilers. They got back to Edmonton, or tidied up their beards, talked to the media. Oilers media are counting how many series wins they have because that's what we do in sports.
Yep.
Do you remember how many second place finishes that Tiger Woods had?
Oh, yeah.
Which of your Bills' losses in the Super Bowl was your favorite? That's what we do in sports.
They don't sting at all.
It's measured by top 2 finishes, not championships. Dan Marino is known as the
greatest, winningest
second place. Yeah.
second
I know how many
placer
seconds he has for
we've
sure.
ever had. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good at that.
So the Oilers media are talking
I was
themselves
good
into
at
this is
second.
not a failed dynasty here. Everything's great. Look at how many series we've won. I think the San Jose Sharks would probably sympathize with that.
Is
They were
Gary
nice
going to
job.
get a trophy put together for?
It was funny because some very prominent people in the Oilers media yesterday went out of their way to talk about how many series the Oilers have won compared to Calgary, which is a team rebuilding, not a team with 2 superstars. And
So they're trying to take.
I just said, this is amazing. Like, please let me know where the second place parade is. I want to come see it.
Well, maybe because you don't have to win.
Top 2 finish.
We could just combine and just do the whole number 2 between Calgary and Edmonton. Say a
lot of seconds.
Seconds, great.
What kind of rings do you size for second place? Because I know that's a big thing in
It
sports.
goes on a different finger.
Different finger.
I think it's this.
The right hand means I'm just keeping the flies away. The left means I'm married. That's you got to know what finger the ring's on. In Europe, is it the other hand?
I think those single chicks love guys with rings.
Is that right?
By the way,
I've not found that. Jack, you got to get a ring, bud. Go get one of
Is
those
that what
second
I'm
place
missing?
rings in Edmonton.
Yeah,
see what
get a
happens.
Get an Oilers
They're-
second place ring. You'll
second
be
is
all
amazing.
set.
We have the best player you'll ever watch in your lives, and we have 2 second places in a row. We're going to meet on the white mud. We're going to take it over the Anthony Hendy,
What do
and
you
we're going
mean?
to size ourselves for second place rings. Let's
What do-
go.
What do you mean?
This
we're-
is the greatest time of my life. I'm not upset at all.
What do you mean we're losers? We have lots of series wins.
Look at all these series
Look at
wins. Man. Now, what they don't
We
want to
beat
do
the
is.
Canucks a year and a half ago.
That's
What-
right. Yes.
Hello.
Man.
Maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe they'll go parade in all the cities where they won their series.
The second place parades. Yeah, why not? Love it. We'll hear from Connor McDavid. Jeff Merrick, as I noted. We got a big Pinder Report.
Do we have the
The
best
Panthers
player in
are
the world on
flooring
our
it.
team?
No. That's Edmonton.
Oh, okay. I read an article also that said there's no other teams that are positioned to be as good as.
Edmonton.
Yeah,
Written by which Oiler beat writer?
I wouldn't name names.
Okay, but it was someone in Edmonton.
The
That's
one
weird.
thing that some people did seem to catch on to was that it didn't really give you specifics why the Oilers were set up better to have the best player in the world, and the other teams would suffer if they had the best player in the world. It was
Yeah, the whole Connor piece is a big one.
it was hard to decipher that part.
He gets to choose where he's going to play. We'll ask Jeff Merrick what he thinks about
I believe Jeff is ready to go.
where he's going to
Jeff,
play. So
Jeff,
let's get to the
Jeff.
Crystal Waters hotline. It is air conditioner season, friends. Crystal Waters want you to not be sweating in your bed at 2 a.m.
Swalls are
The McDavid nightmares are over, but you still might need some AC. This is the time to do it. Don't mess around. Air conditioning season means you're going to get a little discount on your air conditioner and a year of free maintenance on said AC. So you need to know.
and sleep.
Yeah, well, that's the big one, right? It's your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services with over 30,000 projects completed. Here's how you get a hold of them. 403-219-4100 or crystalclearcalgary.com. From the sheet, Jeff Merrick joins us.
Okay.
Sir,
Before,
how are you?
Before, I'm well. How are you guys doing today? I'm
Good.
I'm
You've been
loving
watching
the opening. And by the way, I love the conversation yesterday with Noodles. I thought that was fantastic. And there's a couple of names that I want to add on to the goalie carousel. But before we get there,
okay,
just heard you a couple of seconds ago talking about pizza. Now, I have a personal theory about pizza.
Okay.
My theory is that it is the most perfectly named food ever created. And here's why. I want you guys both to think about all the times that you were completely obliterated, just hammered 2:30 in the morning, broken compass in your head, can't find your way home. Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself like that. Have you ever, and has anyone watching or listening ever mispronounced the word pizza?
God, no, it's
It
impossible.
is impossible to mispronounce. Like at the end of the day, when you just need something and you know you're buckled and what
Yes.
pizza. Like just think about it. Pizza. No one has ever mispronounced this word ever.
Sorry,
It
did you say
is
burrito?
perfect.
Pizza. Yeah, no, we know.
Pizza. No one has ever mispronounced. It's the perfectly it's the perfectly created word, whether you're sober or in this particular case, just absolutely blackout.
Do
It's
you
perfect.
usually start
Ideal.
your hits on programs with drunken anecdotes, or is that just us getting the special treatment?
What was I talking about? I was talking about being, you know, it's funny. I was talking about in the program yesterday with Jackie Redmond about being buckled with Roddy Piper for a weekend in Toronto, going back about 20 years. That was a weekend. That was back in the foggy days of your buddy Jeffy. But nonetheless, how are you guys today? Now that we transition
Good.
from pizza to wherever you want to
Raining
go.
out here. Raining. Well,
It's about to start.
cats and dogs.
Yeah, we're getting a January Vancouver day. Like we're talking 50 plus millimeters. It's like the 12th anniversary of the crazy floods.
Actually lucky that the
Yeah,
Oilers didn't win the cup because it would be hard to have the parade today.
Yeah, this
This
that's
is
true.
it's a,
It's
you know
lot
what?
of
It's not
moisture.
their fault.
And
Um,
we're trying to figure out, I'm trying to use a storm metaphor here, who would compete like the third monkey on the ark when the rains and the wind starts. Because in the history of mankind, no one has fought harder than the third monkey
The third
when
monkey.
the
There's only
rains
two
start
per. Yeah.
on the ark. Yes, that's what you want in the playoffs. The third monkey.
Bouchard was
how
not
hard
the
you-
third.
That's
Did
how
we-
hard you want to.
Was there a third monkey in the playoffs? And what did you make of Oilers Panthers hockey?
It was. I mean,
in Calgary just because it was Edmonton, but then when you look back on it, it's like it didn't really put it.
It was
didn't-
entertaining, but they. pretty much
I
led
don't
the
know. I
ball.
mean, it was dominance, right? Like it was one team smothering another. Like it's one of those series that you're going to look back on and you're going to say it was most noteworthy because it was the second Stanley Cup in a row for the Florida Panthers and however many they're going to win here. By the way, I heard an awesome idea yesterday.
Okay.
Sean McIndoe, down goes Brown. I mentioned this on the sheet yesterday. So the Florida Panthers, I think we can all be on the same page here. We can see the Florida Panthers going back. Like, sure, they're going to shed some skin. There's going to be some new players, shuffle in, shuffle out. But by and large, Florida Panthers are going to be the Florida Panthers. I think we could see them back in the Stanley Cup final. McIndoe had the great idea. If you're the Florida Panthers, you want to end the conversation about who the best team is in the salary cap era. Because you can have the conversation. Is it Chicago? Was it that Kings team that was just so incredible when they hit the playoffs? Pittsburgh Penguins with a pair, Tampa Bay Lightning. You can go down the list and try to figure out, okay, which is the best team? And if you're the Florida Panthers, now you're in that conversation, but you want to end it. And I don't think you're going to end it with 3. The idea is if you're the Panthers, you're shooting for 4 just to end the conversation. How about this? How about this for a goofy idea, which would really kind of be cool here? If the Florida Panthers set their sights on 4, we're halfway here, boys. Next year, Stanley Cup, it gets awarded. Nobody touches it. We're not here for 3.
That's good.
We're here for 4. We're not.
Let's
here.
be honest, though.
We're not touching that thing.
No one's won 3 in a row, and I don't think anyone's been to 4
Yes.
finals in a row in the Cap era. Never mind, probably until back to the 80s with the Oilers. Islanders won 4 in a row.
Islanders won 4 in a row. Yeah,
That's
the
the
best team
Cap
I ever
era.
saw.
They're right there right now. Like one more
Yeah.
would cement them. 3 in a row is crazy in the Cap era.
3 in a row is insane in the Cap era. But just to end the cup, because Chicago say, well, we won 3 Stanley Cups. Like, yeah, you didn't. You win 3
6 years,
Stanley Cups
5
in a
years.
row. But like 4 ends the conversation. Like 4, like
Oh, for
definitively, like stop the fight. This is over. This guy's counting the lights. The fight's done.
Yeah.
Because you bring it up and you talk about it. I think they're all in down in Florida. And does it ever turn into an NBA style thing? And it doesn't always work out, but like LeBron went to Miami, and then another guy goes to Miami, and then another guy goes to Bosch.
So
like,
Marchand going to Florida.
right? Like, does it ever like let's go crazyville? McDavid's up next year, and he's been watching those guys in Florida, going, Jesus, this looks fun. Like taxes, you're winning, teams tight.
Yeah.
Does it ever become appealing enough? And I don't know that it will, but where guys, the top guys go, you know what? I want to win. Like if Connor McDavid wants to win and McKinnon wants to win and whoever else, and they don't give a damn where they're playing, do they ever talk to each other and let's get together? Korea and Solani went to Colorado to try to do that. It doesn't always work out, but
that's what I was going to get to. I'm glad you brought up Korea and Solani because honestly, I thought that was going to be the beginning of that. Now they went so they could keep their salaries down so they could maximize their salaries the following year. Like there was a definitive strategy why Korea and Solani did what they did and went to Colorado. But having said that, I'm still waiting for it too, where guys don't just go as individuals, but they sell themselves as pairs. Like they go as pairs. Like we are going, and we see this in basketball. Like I just got a new best friend, so we're gonna go to this other team, and we're gonna go together. And that means you're gonna have to trade 17 guys and 1 million draft picks, but we want to play together. Damn it! It's really interesting you mentioned that because I've been wondering when that was gonna happen, and I've been wondering about it for a while. Hasn't obviously happened yet. But I do wonder when the salary cap does go up significant. Like this year, we're getting a nudge.
It's our first bump in ages, right?
Next year is going to be holy smokes! Here. Look at all this. Look at all this room I have here. I normally don't fly in first class. Look at all this elbow room I have. This is wonderful. Like I wonder if next season we'll start to see that.
So we'll stay on topic. There's obviously Ekblad, Marchand, Bennett. Where are your picks of who stays in Florida versus who tests free agency?
Well, apparently now we do contract negotiations in public when the player is drunk in front of an audience.
I saw that.
Apparently now that's how we do. That's how we do contracts.
It's dramatic. If you're in the room, it's great. I'm sure.
Oh man, that was everything. Everything Florida did last night was tremendous. I think Bennett wants to stay. You know, and when I worked at the Fan in Toronto, you know, Bob McCowan would always have a saying, you know, to anyone who would talk to him, his contract was up, you know, you go and you talk to Bob, or I'm having a situation, you go and talk to Bob. And McCowan would always have the same thing. He would say, here's my rule for you. Don't fuck with happy. If you're happy, find a way to stay. Find a way to stay where you are. You know, how many times have we all seen a guy will chase an extra nickel or an extra dime or an extra quarter, and ultimately he ends up not happy? And there's 8, 9, 10 years of your life where your accountant's really happy, but are you happy? Now, Bennett's
if you're Brandon Montour, for example, you probably could have taken a little less to stay in Florida.
Yes. But look, like that was Brandon Montour's chance to really ring the bell. Yeah. And by the way, the Montour example, same as Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the same as Kulikov, the same as Nate Schmidt, the same as Seth Jones, to a certain extent, Gustav Forsling. I think at some point, everybody needs to understand just how great a defense coach Sylvain Lefebvre is. When you start to look at like the body of work that Sylvain Lefebvre has placed in front of everybody with all those defensemen, and what do they all have in common? You get the Florida there, and you become a better D-man, and you raise your value. Like Montour was an interesting one. That was his chance to really ring it. I don't blame him whatsoever. But yeah, if you wanted to take, but the thing is, like about Florida too, Bill Zito deserves a lot of praise. Obviously, he put this whole thing together. I don't think that it should be lost on anybody that when Bill Zito took over, you remember what his first move was? He made his first move, and it informed everything else about the Florida Panthers that we still see to this day. The first player he brought in was Patrick Hornquist, like one of the most miserable players to play, just awful. But you guys remember, like the feeling was like Florida was too easy to play against. Yeah, you know, you go in there, get your 2 points, kick sand in their face, take their per diem, and go. Like it was really easy. In his first move, I'm bringing in Hornquist, and I want to bring in guys that play like that. And I want to bring in competitors. Having said that, he works hand to glove with Sonny Mehta, who is the assistant general manager and also director of analytics. There is a baseline that everybody has to have on that team of skill, whether you're Barkov, whether you're Tkachuk, whether you're a Marchand, whether you're Jonah Gadjevich. The common denominator is they can all play. But then identity takes over after that. And that's where Zito says, this is the type of team we're going to construct here. If you have that baseline that we need you to hit and you can play like this, there's room for you here with the Florida Panthers. And they have a great eye. Like, I don't think that they went out there to look for like someone really, really tough on their fourth line. I think they wanted a little bit more bite, but they also wanted someone to play. So who did Zito and Mehta come up with? Jonah Gadjevich. And that guy can play. That like he was really impressive in his role.
We were looking at the moves he's made since he took over. Yeah, it's funny because we're in Calgary. We love picking away at the Oilers. A decade with 2 superstars, 0 cups, and there's been a lot of blunders. There's been that contract's not good. Oh, you shouldn't have drafted that guy. Ooh, that's a bad trade. You're gonna have to buy that out. Yep. Wow, you didn't match those offer sheets, and now you're gonna pay this guy this. But in Florida, we couldn't find a bad move that Bill Zito made. Like there's some 50-50 washes, but there is no mistake. And that's probably how over the course of a half decade, you can collect great players and have a chance to win.
So, okay. So a couple of things on that. I'm a big believer that, and it's not the lion's share of what goes into making a successful team, but luck plays a part here.
Sure.
Luck plays a part in everything. And I like many of us, I wonder what happens to the Florida Panthers if Bobrovsky doesn't stop Marchand on that breakaway.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget too. Remember we were talking about they got to buy out Bobrovsky. That contract is an albatross. This guy's not as good. You can't win with a $10 million netminder. You know, is Paul Maurice even the coach of the Florida Panthers? Is Bobrovsky still there? What happens? But he makes that save and doesn't force the organization into making difficult decisions.
And so just so people are clear, this is 3 years ago.
Correct.
Boston seeded Bruins who won the regular season by a mile, and we're down 3-2 in the series and down in the third in game 7.
Correct. And they can make the big comeback to tie it up, and it's Marchand breakaway, and the seconds are ticking down, and it's a shot to the right pad, and Bobrovsky gets it out. Like, to me, everything that we're seeing now was made possible by that right pad.
Sure.
Because if that goes in, everything's different. Right now, everything is working with the Florida Panthers and with Bill Zito. I think like you have Because the thing about the Florida Panthers is there's not just one way that this team was created. Like there are some teams like we did this through the draft. We did this with a number of trades. The Florida Panthers have done it, they've done it a number of different ways. There's been players they inherited from the Dale Talent era. Barkov, right? Bobrovsky. Like these were Dale Talent. And then there were the trades that have really worked out. And then most famously, maybe the most famous waiver wire pickup in Gustav Forsling, who's now one of the best defensemen in the NHL. There was probably some intel with Joel Quenneville when he was coaching the Panthers, since he had him in Chicago. So there's probably some advanced knowledge there with Forsling, but still, like the way that they've put this thing together is kind of like the way that Colorado did. The problem is Colorado only won the one Stanley Cup.
Right.
Because I'm close to both Buffalo and Calgary, and they've got Florida has used them
they got a lot of those former players.
Yeah, to springboard into these championships, really.
Yeah.
Tkachuk comes and they make a bold move going to get Tkachuk. He wanted, when Tkachuk's telling the Flames, I want out and I'm going to make a trade. And Panthers make a big deal. They move Uyghur and Huberdeau, and it's a hockey trade, and it's worked out for Florida because they've won, and Tkachuk has been so good. But what were when you talk about the analytics of this and that, what is it? Poor management on the Flames and the Sabres that they couldn't see what Reinhart was going to be, that we couldn't see what Bennett was going to be, or was it the fact Montour, or was it the fact that they just needed change?
First of all, for Calgary, that was a Picasso by the Tkachuk family.
Yeah.
Like when you negotiate with the Tkachuks, you don't just negotiate with one, you negotiate with all. And that includes the agent. And I don't think Calgary didn't want to be in a situation where he walked away for nothing.
Well, they so absolutely. Yeah.
But at the same time too, like how many of us looked at that trade initially and said,
Calgary won in the landslide. Everyone did.
You just got Jonathan Huberdeau, one of the best playmakers in the NHL, coming off a 115-point season, and you got Mackenzie Uyghur too.
First rounder.
Like give Brad Treliving the GM of the Year award right now. Now it hasn't worked out that way, and Matthew Tkachuk has become not just one of the best players, but an iconic player, not just with the Florida Panthers, but with all of USA hockey too. And I think we're going into Italy next year, saying it's Canada versus the Tkachuks again. But Sam Reinhart was interesting. Now, I'm always curious about when a new general manager takes over, how many other managers try to pick his pocket. Mm-hmm. And I looked at that one, and I kind of said, I wonder if that's just because there are other teams that tried to get Reinhart too. San Jose tried to get Reinhart. St. Louis was in on Reinhart as well. Kevin Adams wanted a goaltender. I think St. Louis may have been offering Joel Hofer. Not sure about San Jose, but I think Eklund may have been in that deal. And the Florida Panthers had Devin Levi. And I think that's what really turned Kevin Adams. I know, listen, dude, turned Kevin Adams on that deal. I know, but again, we always hear the things like, oh, rookie general manager. Oh, here we go. I remember Brian Burke would always tell me, like, when he first started as a manager, you know how they would judge trades? It was a good trade if the guy you made the deal with got fired. Then it was like, that's how you judge trades. Oh, these guys were all Pirates. Oh, I skinned him. Yeah, such a good trade. He got fired.
Okay, so there's lots on the Panthers there, and they're great, and we'll have the dynasty conversation as the years continue. On the other side, here's Connor McDavid yesterday meeting with the Edmonton media, and he's asked specifically about his future heading into the final year of his deal. It's about 45 seconds, and then we can all react to it.
Sure.
As you said, it's only been a couple of days since the season ended. Take some time to regroup. Talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes. But there's no rush on anything like that.
No, that's 45 seconds out of a long press conference. He also talked about how there was unfinished business. He also said, I still have to take care of my family, and that comes first, but there is unfinished business. Yeah. You could take 20 seconds of this and spin it to he's absolutely resigning or he's totally gone. But what impressions were you left with Connor meeting there? Because if you're the Oilers or an Oilers fan, you're like, July 1, let's get that locked in. That'd be great. But Connor controls everything here. This is all in Connor's court.
Totally. And right now it's in Stan Bowman's court. Like I looked at that and said, that's Connor McDavid saying, and he one of the things he did say, like, listen, if I believe that there's a window here for us to win for a long time, this is an easy negotiation and it's easy for me to sign.
Right.
To me, that's the salvo. Over to you, Stan. What are you going to do
Show me your
about? I
plan.
mean, the elephant in the room is goaltending. Like, who's between the pipes here for us? Right. Like if you can show me that this team can win consistently, then I'm there. That's why I looked at that one. I said, it's not exactly what Oilers fans want to hear. Obviously they want to hear, listen, I've been here for 10 years. I have deep roots here. I really love this organization. I have a good understanding and a good working relationship with everybody here. Everyone's on the same page. There is a path here for this to happen. It just may take some time, but there's mutual agreement on what we want to happen here. But Oilers fans didn't hear that. They heard maybe. So for everyone who said, oh, it's 100% done deal, July 1st, he's going to, it's not. You know, I was told earlier on this year, do not draw a straight line between Leon Draisaitl signs with the Oilers. That means Connor McDavid is going to sign with the Oilers. Someone told me, do not draw that line. And we saw yesterday of evidence that we should not draw that line between the two. McDavid still wants to see some things happen with his Oilers team, wants to see, you know, what the path looks like, wants to see, you know, where the window is here for this team to be a consistently good team that can qualify for Stanley Cup championships. And until then, he's not gonna make up his mind on signing a contract extension. I also think that what McDavid did yesterday is he chummed the waters and tried to calm everybody down, that if this doesn't happen on July 1st, calm down, everybody. There are certain things that McDavid wants to see happen before he's gonna hold the pen.
Okay, Jeff's short on time. You got to do Harrison Price in 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
What's up?
So one final one. Just heading into the draft, we're now 7 days away.
Yeah.
This is traditionally a huge transactional season. We've already seen a lot of business get done after the Cup final, signings, trades. What have you got your eye on, and what's maybe the most intriguing or curious thing that you've heard or that you're waiting to see happen before next Friday's round one?
I'm waiting to see what Utah does, both at the draft and at free agency. I don't know that there's a more interesting team at the draft than Utah. Listen, the Islanders won the draft. They're first overall. They're going to grab Matthew Schaefer and be thankful for that for the next 10 years. Utah bumps up to spot number 4. Do they use that pick? Do they trade down with that pick? Do they trade that pick outright? And then what do they do in free agency? You know, I wonder. And they have a need for a veteran center. I've wondered about John Tavares there for a number of years. They also have a need for a first pairing right shot defenseman. And I think we all wonder about Aaron Ekblad. To me, one of the teams we've identified, as all of us have, months ago, and one of the most interesting teams here in the offseason, draft, free agency, whatever you want to pinpoint. Utah are going to be making moves. The only question is, does it happen with the 4th overall pick?
What's on the sheet today? Give us a tease.
We're going to be talking more about the Connor fallout because, as I like to say, it may be low-hanging fruit, but even low-hanging fruit is nutritious. So we'll do more on that, and we'll talk about Jonathan Taves and his Winnipeg Jets deal. Shannon Goldman from The Athletic will stop by, and I may have a surprise guest. I'm just waiting to hear back from one team, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for the. By the way, can I throw one more from the conversation with Noodles yesterday about goaltenders? Because there's some good ones that he threw out there. Yeah. I wonder about Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with the Buffalo Sabres. If you look down the stretch with the Buffalo Sabres, I mean, he lost the crease. James Reimer got the crease, and they won a whole bunch of games. There are some in the organization that point to Luukkonen and his performance down the stretch and say that may have contributed to us sort of losing the season and not making in the playoffs. Listen, Devin Levi's on the horizon. He's 20 games away from needing waivers. I wonder if the Buffalo Sabres make a decision there. And if they do the Edmonton Oilers jump in?
Thanks for your time, buddy. Appreciate it. Good as always.
Pizza. Can't mispronounce it.
That was Jack 5 hours ago. There's Jeff Merrick from The Sheet joining us on the Crystal Waters guest hotline. Again, it's hot. Maybe not this weekend, but you know what's coming. Stampede, you always get those nights. You're just, oh my God, bloody hot.
Hungover,
hot.
Sweating.
Too hot.
Makes better life decisions.
Air conditioner season. Get yours. 10% off a new air conditioner. Receive 1 year of free preventative maintenance from our good friends at Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100 or crystalclearcalgary.com. A lot there.
So the last point he was talking about goaltending. Ukko-Pekka, Shilov's last, Demko, Noodles named a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
if you go get someone and they like Ukapuka, 1 year he was the best goalie the second half of the season. Like
2 years ago.
A couple years. Yeah, like he was unbelievable, but then he's no good.
Right.
If they make the right, if you it's the same old right, like all of them, you just evaluate them like, okay, well, this guy. If you make the wrong choice, you're screwed.
No, I'm with you.
Now you've done it again.
Noodle said all those names, and one name that has been mentioned is Jake Allen. He's a free agent, and he's been a really nice platoon guy, but never been a great one. But like any of these guys can come in and have a great year, or come in and be like, well, it wasn't his year, because that's goaltending. We just watched Sergei Bobrovsky win a second straight cup, and the year prior, there was thoughts that this was the worst contract in the NHL. That's at the top end of the goaltending class. You get that kind of volatility. It's a really hard thing to do because, like you say, they're going to pick one, and you probably have no idea if it's going to work or not. If a guy just has an off year, that's it.
We're going with them, and that's fine. And he might absolutely be the answer. The other problem that the goaltender in Edmonton's going to have is cheap shots, but Bouchard, Nurse, the other. It's not.
There's going to be some high quality stuff.
Exactly. These guys are not stalwart defenders, right? They're NHLers and they're good players, but they aren't like there's certain guys where the goaltender's job is way easier.
Right. Yeah. There's pairs that you're like, okay,
the goalie knows what's going to happen. He's going to play it this way. I can react. And then there's other guys who are like, the goalie's like, I don't know what this guy's going to do. So I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's harder to play. Anyway, they can address the goaltending, but it doesn't, they've tried that. Like it's not and everybody does. I
asked this the other day to some Oilers fans who again are just reveling in another second place. Just what an incredible season. No regrets, as the tattoo famously said. Who's the best goalie Connor McDavid's had a chance to win with? Not a great list, Jack, because you had Mike Smith and then Skinner.
It's probably Smith, no?
Yeah. When that 1 year is pretty good, and then the other was. My point is that you start looking at these teams that win cups, and Colorado won with mediocre net minding. Almost everyone else has a guy that is clearly one of the best 10 in the league at the time. Aiden Hill was that the year they won. Certainly Bobrovsky is that now. Fleury and Murray in Pittsburgh, whoever they were rolling with, you believed was a really, really good goaltender. Maybe Chicago, Corey Crawford wasn't quite there, but it was close. Absolutely, with Jonathan Quick in LA. It's just in a close game that's going to be decided by one bounce, and 3 of them went to overtime. You're never going to have the best goalie in overtime if it's Mike Smith or Stuart Skinner or Cam Talbot or whoever else has been.
Greg said last Friday when he was on with you, who are you betting on?
Yeah, like they have an edge in net, and that position, as you know more than anyone, Van Beesbrook, Hasek, Kiprusoff, you can get up late and win a lot if you have the better goal. The Flames saw it last year.
To me, it was always that way. And that's why I always was curious what Edmonton's approach was with some of their off seasons. Why are you adding depth?
Yeah,
forwards like that
Henrik
quite
for
there
first. You know,
when you clearly can't defend well enough, and your goaltending isn't. Now again, it's great. We have goaltending issues.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Now it gets hard.
You're gonna go get Shesterkin.
There's only so many guys that aren't volatile, and they're all.
You know what they could have done 3 years ago? Had Bobrovsky for nothing.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Like but.
Yeah, and it's just you never know what you're getting. Like you were real high on UPL heading into the offseason, and as you should have been. He was great last year. Not a good year. And, we're all down on Devin Levi. Maybe he is good next year. It is not linear with goalies. They bounce around like crazy. Like Vezina guys look awful. Guys that looked awful
you
suddenly
watch
carry the mail as
the
number
Oilers
ones.
Playoffs and go, Skinner's unreal. And then you can watch the Oilers playoffs and
Skinner's not replaceable. Yeah, it's like, who's going to show up here? We get the Vegas Golden Knights series Skinner.
Part of the
Dallas
issue
Skinner?
the Edmonton goaltender is always going to have is the defenders in front of them.
Sure. Yeah, it's true.
And we love you, Edmonton.
God, we love you. Let us know about those
sizings
for those rings.
Yep.
Good stuff. Draft in a week. That's crazy. Here we go. We saw some trades yesterday. We've got buyout candidates. We've got prospects. We've got draft history. We've got NBA. Let's do it. Pinder Report.
Yeah.
Village Honda. The lot is booming. Great to see. Inventory's been tough. They keep selling them before they get there. Finally, the supply chain's caught up. Get up to the Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life. Village Honda. You were eyeing that passport.
I know.
Pretty.
Might be too nice for
Pretty. Yeah, it is for a kid. That's
right. Like,
I mean, you are fancy. Your kid asked for king crab legs for dinner.
yeah.
If that's the kind of expectation you've allowed him to have, maybe he does get a new passport from Village Honda. Let's do the Pinder Report. Start with Flames Nation, where it is 7 days away from round one, which means the
7 days at what?
7 Marchers marching. Or no, it's the 7th best draft pick in Flames history. Gary Suter.
Not better than Mike Vernon. I'm sorry. Pike, you're an idiot.
Now, before we take runs at Pike, tell us what you know and what you remember about Gary Suter, because you wouldn't have overlapped a ton with him. Certainly not here. Maybe the tail end of his career.
I wasn't with him here. God,
no. I know. I just mean like the very last year he played in the league, you might have been around still.
What? I don't even remember.
He would have been mid-90s. He retired.
Was he? He was
San
down
Jose?
in San Jose. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember. I think it was him that cross-checked. Who did he cross-check?
Korea. It was ugly.
That
Just
was nasty.
You had to have been around for that.
Ow!
Not so much here, or just a cross-check rate. His last year in the league was 2001, 2002. Yeah, you overlapped a ton with him. Crazy. Blackhawks are wild and finished with the Sharks. He was a great Flame, man. The numbers are nuts. Really good player.
Not better than Mike Vernon, though. Sorry, Mike.
Well, what round did Gary go in?
Don't care.
That's the whole article. That's what he's trying to make you care about. Round 9, 180th overall. 180 does not get you to round 9.
He was a college wuss, is what they're thinking.
They were wrong. They were very wrong.
Like college, or no,
he's a Wisco.
Actually, if you go back, they were the only smart team that went to colleges and said, "This guy can play hockey."
A lot of good college players for sure. Also on the website, I don't know that the Flames need cap space, but it does seem like there's a lot of right-hand shot defensemen. Why is Daniil Miramanov's face the picture for this article titled 3 Flames buyout candidates for the offseason?
Because he's a buyout candidate?
I think that's probably correct. That's Jack? Bobby Germany with the write-up there. FlamesNation.ca for more.
Sees right through it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can see everything. Our buddies at In the Dome, you want to talk about us getting rid of our nightmares? They have been doing victory laps for 3 days here. And this is their latest proposal. Now, hear me out. Brad Marchand retired his number in Calgary. Took a cup away from the Canucks in 2011. And has now taken a cup away from the Edmonton Oilers in 2025. 2 years of greatness that have meant a lot to this fan base. Bring them home.
It's hilarious, but this is the saddest thing ever.
It really is. Yeah. It perfectly illustrates where the Flames are at, that the greatest player in this year of Calgary Flames fandom might be Brad Marchand for not allowing the Oilers a cup. May that not be the case much longer, Mr. Edwards. Please, sir, figure this out. None of this mucky middle. None of it. Speaking of the Marchand and the Panthers, they were back at it. It looked like they were gearing up for a nice dinner, because here's Brad Marchand going around the room taking pictures of all the players. So there's Sam Bennett. What does it say?
Thanks for the MVP.
Flames. So he says, tag the Flames, saying thanks to the MVP. And he keeps going around. Look, this looks like a great steakhouse, doesn't it? It's got to be a nice dinner there. Thanks to the Lightning for this guy. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thanks, Flames, again. There's Kachuk. There's a lot of these. He basically went around the table. Mr. Waivers, Gustav Forsling, Canucks, Blackhawks, Canes. Thank you, Dale Talon. Yeah, that's a good player. Thank you, Philadelphia Flyers, Columbus Blue. Yeah, he just basically went around the room and dunked on every single organization, because when you look at how they're built, there's a lot of trades. Thanks, Sabres. There's Sam Reinhart. Kootenay sucks. You good player. He was climbing a brass pole last night. I don't know if you saw that video. Anyway, so that sets the tone for the night. The fellas are together having a meal. What are they going to do after?
Well, probably go.
It was not movie night in someone's theater. It was party night at 11. A nightclub that, when you go look at the Google hours, Doesn't usually get busy until between 3 and 4 a.m. This is Miami, friends. Whew. And luckily, this is zoomed out enough that it does appear like everyone's wearing clothing. Thanks for that, Jack. Good stuff. They did get the cup. What else were they chanting and singing? Well, man, like these look good. I haven't seen the second place party photos from Edmonton. Send those in for us if you could, because I keep hearing how great a season it was and how happy everyone is. It kept going. Oh man, Sam Bennett, of course, days away from free agency. Now you know the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes,
you're gonna like this.
I ain't fucking leaving.
The famous scene with Leo DiCaprio's character. I ain't leaving. So the agent might have lost some leverage and Sam might have just lost a couple $100,000, but it sounds like he seems
content.
Either that or they'd asked him to leave and he was like, maybe
they're closing the door.
I'm like, I'm here till sunrise. I'm not leaving. Jack, did they say whether he was talking about leaving the club or leaving?
No, there's no.
Okay, so it could maybe he is leaving.
Is this someone getting roofied in this picture? Is that what
this is? A video.
Let's see what we got here. Is this?
Does not look like somebody's.
Connor McDavid, who?
Oh dear. Someone's about to speak, and Chucky's like, "Hang on, I'm going to crank this up for a bit." And the crowd knows exactly where to go with that because next thing you know, it's. Okay, you get the spirit of it. The fellas had a few.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I would chalk that up to drinking for 3 days straight. I don't know that's a great decision, but drinking 3 days straight leads to.
I like drinking 3 days straight. I don't like.
Would we trust you to make good decisions on your third day? Yeah, no. So that's what I'm going to.
Although I probably would have drowned by now in the ocean.
The ocean. The cup hasn't made it to the ocean yet. Those are the reports from this morning. So they still got another day in them. They haven't had a beach day yet. What else? There's got to be one more from the club, or is that it?
No, that's all.
Thank you. Okay. Crazy.
Jonathan Taves.
Taves going to Winnipeg. Official today. They're excited. He's coming home.
Should be. Great move by the Jets. They got to do things like this when they can.
Winnipeg boy.
Not everybody's signing in Winnipeg.
Yeah, went to Nodak, I think, for 1 year and then got drafted, second overall? He good. And so there's an athletic complex, I believe, or community center of some sorts in Winnipeg that his name was put on, and they were excited to see him too. The sign just said he's home. How nails is that? The Jonathan Taves Sportsplex. Yes, that is awesome. Dakota Community Center. Okay, Dakota Street, if you need to find that place. There it is. How does the deal work? Well, it's actually really super bonus laden, which makes sense when a guy hasn't played for a couple of years plus. $2 million base, and then at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 games, he gets another $550,000, $1 million bonus for the Stanley Cup. It can get all the way up to $7 million. I don't know what to expect from him, but if he just stays healthy and plays a lot, he's going to make an easy $5 million. That might be a lot, but if he's good, that's a big ad for the Jets.
That's a huge ad. I mean, that's
5.25 if he plays 60 games and they make the playoffs.
I'm hoping he's great.
Yes. It'd be a nice redemption story.
He's not the kind of guy you're
not worried about his work ethic.
No, and he's not the kind of guy personality where you hope he doesn't do well.
No, that's not him. Had a trade in the league yesterday. Mason Marchment, you are a Kraken. As the Dallas Stars needed to clear up cap space in a big way, this will help. So what did they get back? Well, just hang on there. They actually gave a third and a fourth with him. They get a third and a fourth back.
Yeah, that was completely wrong.
Yeah.
It was their own draft pick that they got back, but they'd already been to Seattle.
What is Seattle doing?
I think they're trying to figure that out too. This doesn't seem like a bad idea.
It's fine. It's a depth player.
Good third liner when he's right. Physical, mucky.
Doesn't cost you that much.
No. But you're right.
I don't know what Seattle is. I don't
Who's
know
their
if they
best
think
player?
They're a playoff. Like
Not bad, but they certainly aren't good.
they're beatable.
They're stuck in the middle. We know that here. We know that. NBA Finals. Jack, give us our NBA update. Where are we at? What's going on?
We're heading to Game 7.
Why? Because the Pacers did it in Game 6 on home court. Warner whiteboard. You ready for it?
I guess I'm. Yeah,
You're a big
I love
hoopster.
picks.
So we're going to start in the Pacers end, and Oklahoma City has the ball. Walk us through what you're seeing here.
It's a nice. Oh,
This is steal. This is Halliburton. Oh! We're going to need to see that again because lots happened there. It wasn't just a pass and a dunk.
I hate a bad turnover.
Oh,
Jack, what did we just hear there?
That was
believe that's
the
Korean.
Warner whiteboard.
Yeah, that's the Korean Warner whiteboard.
That was the whiteboard I just converted.
Do we have
AI
the Portuguese one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We'll do the Portuguese one too. That's your big Portuguese guy.
Jalen Williams, 16 points, throws it away. Halliburton comes up with it. Cross court, Siakam for the slam.
That's English.
That's not Portuguese, Jeff. Gosh, you struggled in school.
Stupid AI doesn't work.
You really struggled in school. Do we have the Portuguese? Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Whew, he labeled that Portuguese. Wild.
And Seattle Kraken trade Marchman to the Pacers for a 17th round pick in the NBA draft.
It's Friday, guys. You got to go easy on us. Here's the schedule. Here are the scores. So we're down to 7. I've noticed there's a lot more buckets and hoops than there are goals in the. Okay, so that was by 1. Bit of a blowout. Close. All right. Sunday, 6 Mountain.
I will actually watch this.
For all the hoopers and the dimers. Let's go get it.
I tried to watch yesterday. It was horrible.
Yeah, but it was out. It wasn't close, right?
No,
it
wasn't
boring.
close.
Like,
Boring.
See, here's the thing.
I'll watch it, and if it's a blowout, I will.
Game 7
Quickly.
championship on the line. That's incredible. It's just that these teams, I mean, this meme sums it up perfectly. The basketball gods gave us a Game 7 finals. Oh, it's Pacers Thunder.
No, anytime.
Watch, but it's not exactly
What are you talking
Celtics,
about? I am
Lakers.
a Canadian basketball.
Oh, a lot of Canadian hoopsters in there.
Massive follower.
SGA, that what's his name?
Yes, Sean
Sean
Guard Avery.
Sean Guard Avery. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 really good Canadians. Actually, Pacers have one too. Stampeders in action tomorrow. Get down to McMahon for Family Day.
Dan Enda. Oh,
It's not down under.
down under.
We'll go down under in a bit, though. Trust me. 2 p.m. kickoff. 2-0 start to the year. Is that Diedrich Mills, the 4-touchdown galloper already? That is Diedrich. Enjoy the game. Cavalry FC, they're in action as well. It is Indigenous Persons game at Atco Field, 2:30 kickoff. A lot of sports here. You're going to have to pick your lane. They've got Pacific.
You're also
FC.
going to need a poncho of sorts.
Yes, there's some rains. It's looking better than it did, but it's still, you know what? We need the moisture.
I'm not
Need the
complaining.
moisture.
I'm just dressed for
We
the
need the moisture.
dress correctly.
Yes,
for the
appropriately.
conditions.
Yeah. There's not bad
Show
weather.
up and be-
There's bad clothes for weather.
Oh, it's no
Yeah.
kidding, dummy.
Surge were in action last night in Red Deer, Deer Rouge.
No, fellas.
Now, the target score was 97. Both teams had the ball a bunch with a chance to win, which everyone was edge of their seat, chewing their nails off. Next up, Vancouver. Get her back locked in, Surge. Let's go. Classic. Now, you love new sports. You want to, Pinder Report, enough of the crocodiles. You're going to learn about sports, what's
I've
going
always
on.
said this is a sports show. So
Yeah.
we should stick
So
to sports.
You were always a great leg wrestler, I was told.
I was undefeated in my career.
Did you ever toe wrestle?
I've never told this.
So here it is. If the judge locks you in, and you get the walls, you got to Falcon power the toes to. And then whichever side you get the foot to, that's a win or a loss. Hang on. Come on. Are you intrigued? Is this AI? What's your interest level?
Is this Pervville? Is this what this is?
I don't know what this is. This is in England
this a
somewhere.
Sport, or is this one of those weird perv fetish?
Yeah, I could see a lot of foot fetish guys showing up and be like, yeah, I'd like to play. No, I'll just sit here and watch. That's one of them there. He's not even trying.
This is horrible.
I did notice there's a lot of females in there and a lot of creepy old dudes. Look at that gross toe. Ew. Is that like the cauliflower in the ears of the rugby players? He's been doing too much of this?
It just speaks.
You're not in?
I'm not in.
Okay, got it.
Not in.
This is more your speed, Jack's speed, my speed. It's grilling season. We know that from Bonton. Like it's time to get your meat on the grill.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to put on the Barbie, have some big meals. But while you're there, let's have a party. It's party season. So this looks like some sort of a Olympics gauntlet here of sort.
Oh!
You got to sink the basket on the pool net. Run to the hot dog tray. House one.
Oh! Rinse that thing down, you sucker!
Then it's hammer a beer flip cup.
Oh! Yeah, pong shot.
Beer pong. Nailed it. Swoosh. Cornhole.
This is world.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you hit that too. Last one. Crush it. Bang. That is going to be tough to beat.
Jump in.
Jack could still be nibbling at his dog.
Yeah,
this guy's already done. It's
a good party, right?
Yeah. And you know what? You could run the gauntlet a couple times. Give it a half hour, let everything settle in. What the hell is this?
Theo wizard either. You know, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So.
I don't know what this is, Jack. Did you put this in here?
No. I thought this was the dad video.
Nope, that was a different one. I must have done it wrong. Like, I don't know where this is going, so I'm pulling it. This
could go
say anything.
Really.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Halt.
Whoa.
I love Theo.
Now, we've heard from a lot of the voices around the hockey community weighing in on the series. How good was it? What are these teams doing next? Who's favored next year? We've heard from McDavid. We had Dregs. We've heard from Noodles. Jeff Merrick's weighed in. We've heard your opinions, mine, even Jack's weighed in. There's only one character we've not heard from regarding the style. There it's Ozzy Brad.
Look at him.
Retro. It's going to be a little fucking brown snake here, boys. The big fella was dropping a fucking king brown the other day. I want a little brownie anyway. You got to have a stubby. Drown the sorrows.
Sorrows.
Bit flat down here, fellas. A bit flat. You know, same province. You got to look after your little sisters. Got to make sure that fucking, you know, they're all right up there. And I'm worried. I am fucking worried. I'm flat. 2 in a row. You look at next year and go, fuck, they've got no fucking, there's no cap space for these fucking cunts to succeed again. And you just got to worry about them. The little champs up there, they fucked it up. And I'm fucking happy about it. You reckon I'm fucking flat? I'm not flat at all. Get fucked, Edmonton. You fucking sucked another dick. And you fucking lost twice in a row. You've had 755 first overall picks. Yakupov, Hall, McJesus. You fucked up everyone else and you still can't fucking win. How fucking good. You sucked a fucking huge dick. Unbelievable. And Benny gave it to you too. Yeah, he's our reject, whatever. We got rid of him. Fucking who cares? He still fucking found a way to fucking nail you in the ass. Sucked in, motherfuckers. Have fun up there in fucking West Edmonton Mall and shitty fucking fucking Gretzky's Avenue or whatever the fuck it's called. You got nothing else. Fucking look forward to getting in there early with fucking Connor McFucking Jesus. Come in a week early again next year and see if you can fuck it up again. Get fucked, you assholes. Keep bunch of boom.
Okay, now we've heard from everyone. Ooh.
It's a global sport.
That turned quick. Yeah. He's sort of take care of your own younger sister. No, he wasn't flat.
Not upset at all.
He was all right. It's gonna let some time pass.
I'm glad that he's taking care of himself and his
emotions.
Looks
chilly there, hey?
Really cold.
Yeah, we're like, oh, it's getting hot here. It's like, no, that's Melbourne's further away from the equator. They're right in the winter now. Jack, you know it's winter there when it's summer here?
Honestly, I had no idea, no.
How would that work, Jack?
We should probably just.
How would that work? That it could be winter one place.
You think I know? I don't.
I'm asking. How could that happen? Isn't summer ever at the same time? How's that work?
I guess not. I don't know. I'm not.
First day of summer tomorrow.
It's not where I'm going. It's cold as hell.
Oh yeah, tonight's a big party night, Jack.
Oh,
You get
boy.
summer solstice.
Solstice
Get
party.
into some ayahuasca or something.
Yeah. Go find the hippies. Dance around a fire. Let's go. Solstice party, eh?
With things talking to you, you'll learn a lot.
You learn a lot. Big time. It's your Pinder Report for Village Honda. Love to buy your vehicle. They're collecting vehicles up there, and then they're selling more. Complimentary appraisals, payment in 24 hours. Before you take it anywhere else, not going to cost you a nickel to see what Village Honda will give you. Check them out. It's your dealership for life in the Northwest Automall. And thank you to Anthony and the whole crew up at Village for hosting Boom and I on Tuesday night. It's good times.
Yeah, you're stuffing your face. Or...
Yes. Yeah, there was Boom was hammering that spicy lobster.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I didn't know much about cars. He was kind of making fun of me. Don't know if you noticed that.
Well, that's the nice thing about the Honda. Just buy it and drive.
Yeah, just all I know is they
What do you
run
want?
forever and they're
I
great
don't
cars.
need to look under the hood. Thank you very much. So
I'll bring it back when it's at 400,000 clicks. How's that sound? Great. See ya. Handshake. McLeod Law, good pals of ours. Want to say thank you to them. If you have been on stage with a Stanley Cup saying things, being caught on camera, or maybe you just have a legal issue of your own, it's never a bad idea to give our pals at McLeod Law a call. Peter Klein, of course, the personal injury guy. He also works with your disability insurance claims. If your long-term disability insurance company is screwing you, refusing to pay insurance benefits, contact Peter. He's going to get you those benefits that you paid for and you deserve. Also, Shane King. He's a partner in the litigation and dispute resolution group. He can review your situation, make sure everything is above board. He's not going to bog you down with the legal mumbo jumbo. Okay? No legal jargon. Good guys, great partners, and they've invited us to their Stampede party. I like that because it's Stampede. If I had, if there's a lawyer right on my hip,
when you get suckered,
just one moment. I need some legal advice. No, I won't jump from here onto that. Okay, no, be helpful. So that'll be great. I just need to bring a lawyer with me from wherever we go next.
The problem is that the lawyer's going to get annoyed by you as well, and eventually not be. You're going to have to pay one
It'd be
hell
a
of
big retainer, to deal with me all day during Stampede.
So you're going to hang out with Pinder at Stampede, are you? Okay.
Yeah, it's noon. How bad can it be? 3 a.m. He's like, oh my God, we should have tripled the retainer. I've got a week of paperwork. Jack, we could have used one the other night. Hey, you idiot Munson buddies.
Oh, man.
Good Lord. Jeez, I'm not even getting into that. All right. What's the weekend look like? What do we got going on?
Doesn't look like pizza.
Yeah, we got to set a pizza day. Jack's not a spur of the moment. We got to tell him it's happening this day.
Not listening yesterday. Somebody throw this one into the oven for us.
How do we feel about Monday for pizza?
Or the local.
Yeah, whatever
The
we want to
local
do.
deal.
I just need a plan. I can't.
Jack, plan. You're a young.
It's like it's not even 11 yet. We could leave right now and find a wheel. Jack?
That is true.
Right? Where do you go?
You just blow all the money on beer and stuff too.
No, we need pizza. Yeah. There's enough beer in our future. Stampede coming.
Right.
Let's get to our bets. We do that for our great friends at Bet365. Whatever's going on, you know there's a wide range of markets. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Got Gold Cup with Canada playing twice in the next 5 days. Baseball's cooking. NBA Game 7 on Sunday. And the Toronto Blue Jays in action. It's been so good. 9 total bases yesterday. How about 2 hits today? Parlay that with the Jays -1.5. We're big game hunting today. It's Friday. Lovely. 5:07 first pitch.
White Sox. Ugh.
Pale hose, they call that, right? The White Sox. Both those things happen. I'll be happy. +425. Doesn't have to be your bet. Many others. Wide range of markets. All the sports. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app. Get in the game. Must be 19 or older. Jack, what do you got?
I got nothing exciting.
We got super chats.
No,
It's
super
too bad
chats.
there aren't
People always
any-
get lazy when Boof's not here. Is it the horns? Play. You don't get the horns?
We had back-to-back big days.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some big.
You know what? It reminds me of watching the Edmonton Elks-Eskimos last night, because when you've had a big run of super chats and you get a dry day, you're like, that makes sense. And these second place winners up in Edmonton have been so busy every other night, seemingly for months. It was friends and family at Commonwealth. 15,000. It's a big building.
Huge.
I think a lot of disposable income's been spent.
Might have been spent.
Yeah, June, we're actually done. We're done. Our entertainment budget for June, cooked. They have 5 home wins, Jack, in the last 5 years combined.
5?
5. If you include the year they didn't play, it's 6 years. And it's appalling. This is they're trying to turn it around there. I'm gonna spit the data.
Of the league.
It used to be, yes, exactly.
And they changed their name.
Yeah, it was bad before that too. Here it is. Last few years for the Elks. 0-7 in 2021. You lost every single home game. 2022, 0-9.
Ooh.
You lost every single game. 2023, 2-7.
Big bounce back.
Last year, 3-6.
Even better.
This year, 0-1 so far.
It's amazing the amount of work you'll do to find disparaging things about.
Luckily, this was dropped right in my lap by
somebody
another superb Calgarian and a national treasure. But yeah, 5 home wins since 2020.
Not good.
So you just add up all your season tickets. You're like, how much are we paying a win here? And I haven't even got a jersey here, huh? Stamps in action tomorrow. Cavs in action tomorrow.
Win.
NBA Game 7 on Sunday.
Okay.
Golfing in the rain tomorrow. Oh.
Yeah, send us some videos. It'd be interesting to see this, how you hit this.
How was your golf game?
Horrible.
Well, go to one of those.
Don't get me started.
Go back.
Here's the thing. I'll golf, and I like golf only because it's a social event. I would never, ever golf on my own. I would have no interest in it. But it's like, hey, we've got the 24 guys. Like, oh, I'm in. Yes. But what happens is then you never play, what's
Real
it called?
Golf.
Sober golf.
Yeah.
So now you're just trying to find where the pocket is.
Ryan's a great tournament player. He's
no, I'm an awful tournament player.
Hey, Newman, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, appreciate that. Anyway, I am defending champ for
this event.
Well, the least sober guy. There's no word for that. So see if we can't be like the Panthers and go back to back.
You got to try and win something.
Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for being with us. Big thank you to Jeff Marek. Check out the sheet today for more fallout from the Stanley Cup final and more on Jonathan Taves heading back to Winnipeg. Enjoy your lacrosse weekend. Jack, again, toe wrestling. Meet the ladies.
Yeah.
That's what I got to get.
Gotta be it.
Set up an event at your house. It's rainy out.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to be doing
An
a lot
event at
outside.
my house.
Yes. Do like a YouTube show. You can and host a live.
Can I run it on this YouTube?
Yes.
Right, I got the
I will come watch.
I don't know what you just told him, but I think he's now going to bring his pals after the bar here and film a dating show.
I believe
this is a horrible idea.
This is huge for promoting. This will be massive to grow our listeners.
Have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. Ooh, if you can, watch out. Make sure that no windows are open here. A lot of moisture coming. See you, buddies.